Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Heidi Glodemans. I'm the Director of Meetings for Microsoft Teams. Thank you, everyone, for making the investment of being here this week. I'll just do a quick, short intro. You heard yesterday about our vision for meetings, and part of what we announced was the general availability of 3 cloud video interop partners, Polycom, PECSIP, and BlueJeans. I'm pleased to be able to introduce to you today my colleague Shri, who's going to talk through our offerings, show you some really cool stuff end to end. And with that, I'm going to hand things over to Shri. Shri, show us how it's done.
Thank you, Heidi. Hi, everybody. I am Shri Vidya Chandrasekharan. Like Heidi says, I just go by Shri. It's too long. I am a senior program manager with the Microsoft Teams product group, and I'm here to talk to you about how do you connect third-party meeting room devices. I have a Cisco one on the desk over here into the Microsoft Teams meetings and Microsoft Teams ecosystem. All right, so let's start off with what is it that I believe you could get out of this session. Overview of what is cloud video interop, why do you care about it, is it going to be valuable in your enterprise or not? If it is, the next step, how are we doing it? Who are our partners and how are we executing this solution with them? Reference architecture, that will be useful for you guys as you or your customers start deploying it. Some of the key business considerations we want to keep in mind as you start deploying, because you have various options to choose from. First party devices, third party devices, and even if you choose to do the interop route, you have 3 different partners providing various different configurations and deployment models. So that all of that depends on the business requirements that you customers have. Once all that is done, how do you get started for your organization? Okay, so let's talk about the fundamental problem we are trying to solve over here. Why do you care about video interop? Effectively, you have third-party meeting room devices. Various customers have deployed third-party meeting room devices, either because they are, one second, I think I'm echoing here. Okay. Various customers have deployed third-party meeting room devices, either because they were part of a previous UC solution. Okay, let's see. I have a few devices running up in here. Okay, I think that should be okay now. All right, so we have had customers that have Cisco devices, Polycom devices, and other gear in their deployment. As we start introducing them to Teams, or as they start moving into other workloads into Office 365, these devices are expensive. They are very hard to rip and replace. So it's sort of a big investment for the customers to not only just move all of their UC workloads into Teams, but also do this room system changes along with that. So what we have provided for you here is basically a gateway. Cloud video interop basically enables you to connect your third-party devices with your Teams meetings, meaning you can keep your devices, you don't have to rush to make that change in your device area. However, you can get these devices to connect natively into the Teams conference room and Teams ecosystem. Some of the interoperability challenges. So this is important because there are other interop solutions available for for the existing Skype for Business as well as for non-Microsoft products in general. However, it is important to call out what are some of the interoperability challenges people face in general and what we have done in order to eliminate them. For example, if you are trying to get 2 different systems interconnected, generally there is a plugin or some kind of a third-party addition that is required in either the client that is trying to connect or in the device in order to make this work. What we have done is we have basically, the end user doesn't really need to know what is the device, what is the make and model, basically how can we integrate it natively into Outlook as well as Teams scheduling so that for an end user they don't have to think about who are all my endpoints that are joining, who are all my devices that are joining. It has to be a very seamless, clean experience for the end user, because they just simply should not care who is joining into their meetings. Meeting join as well as the client side plugin as well. So what we have done in order to eliminate the hardness of this is actually have one-touch dial solutions with all of our partners available, meaning that if your third-party room system is integrated with Exchange, your dial join would actually just show up on the device, and for the end user it's going to be a very simple experience there. The other one that I want to call out is also whether it's a gateway solution versus a VMR solution is sort of important for us, because if as a VMR solution we have individual control for each of the participants in a meeting device or in a meeting room, meaning that you can actually see the VTCs individually as individual entries. You can see each of their videos, and you can actually also see them in the roster entry. Similarly, when it comes to purchasing and administration, we have tried to make that easier. All we expect is to have PowerShell in order to deploy cloud video interop. We don't expect to have complicated interop planning and deployment purchases. It's basically very, very seamless with the Microsoft story there. All right, so what do we have available for cloud video interop? So we have enabled cloud video interop with 3 of our partners. These are all solutions that are certified for Microsoft Teams. They are co-engineered with Microsoft, and we have done the usual enterprise grade testing for all of these products before general availability. The next thing is, I think it's easier to read here. The next thing here is that these products are enterprise ready. They support HD video, content sharing, and pretty much support most of the SIP and H323 devices that are available. And as I just mentioned, support native scheduling for Teams as well as Outlook. And here is the example I want to call out for the gateway design. So when I say gateway design, in your Teams client, one of this is a meeting room device. As an end user that is participating in a Teams meeting, you actually do not know which one is an interop participant, or basically which one is coming through one of our services. You can effectively look at the particular VTC in the roster, as well as if you want, you can eliminate that VTC by just like how you remove a Teams participant, you should be able to do that as well. So it's a very, very seamless experience, and you get the same experience on the VTC as well for all of the Teams clients there. Last but not the least, so what we have done is all of these solutions are Azure based. Microsoft Teams also, the backend runs on Azure. So we have already done several optimizations in order to work with Microsoft Azure. Our partners have taken full advantage of the capabilities that Azure provides, and have also taken up advantages of the optimizations we have done as part of Microsoft Teams operating on Azure. All right, so one of our partners is Polycom. I have our partners, all 3 partners in the room here. Polycom has actually gone GA, Polycom Real Connect for Microsoft Teams. That's the name of the product, which is our video interrupt product. They are available, they announced yesterday. So I am actually here to show a quick demo of how that experience looks. Okay, let's see if you guys are seeing that. All right. So one of these devices, can anybody here tell me which one is coming from the interop Cisco interop service from the Cisco device? I'm kind of giving you guys a hint now. So effectively on the Teams client, if you actually see, it will basically look like any other participant. You as an end user will have no idea whether it came from a device, whether it came from our native Teams rooms, or whether it has come from an interop service like this. So that's sort of the experience I've been talking about when I say gateway service. So that's how seamless we want it to be. Now I'm going back to the, okay, got that working. All right, so I briefly spoke about our 3 partners. These are our 3 partners. We made an announcement a while ago, last year, and here is the availability. We've been working very, very hard with our partners, and Polycom was available yesterday. I have PEXIP that's going out in 2-3 weeks, and I have Blue Jeans that's out by end of October. I have all 3 partners in room. They'll be joining me at the end of the session for answering any Q&A, and I have the expo booth. So for live demos as well as detailed Q&As on some of the network considerations, please go ahead and talk to our partners. I have marked the booth numbers over here as well. Okay. One critical thing I want to call out here is basically, I'm going to cut this call out. So one critical thing that I want to call out in this one is basically that we have had TAP customers for all 3 partners, and these are codes given directly by our customers. So effectively what it tells us is that this product is immensely valuable. It gives the choice to the customer for them to determine when they want to do the upgrades and how they want to do the upgrades or changes into their deployment. And it's a very simple way to integrate, and it just meets the customer's demand. So that's sort of the feedback that we have gotten. We've also gotten great feedback about the overall quality of how the media streams has been as we start integrating with Teams and as we start looking at it. Like in the previous example, you didn't find any difference between whether it is a Teams media coming from the Teams clients or whether it's media coming through an interop service. So we've literally made it that seamless there. All right. So one thing I want to play out here is one of our customer testimonials. Are you getting audio out of it?
Our customers is that a lot of them have invested a lot of money in traditional systems. So they buy a new product, they will test that new product, but during that period, that same product needs to interconnect with the old environment. A lot of customers don't even know they are having PEXIP. They have seamless video conversations between.
You're having a little audio glitch here.
Without knowing that they are having different systems. The amazing thing of
Are you getting audio out of it? Okay. No, it's coming from this device. Yes. Let's give it a minute, otherwise I'll wait till the end for him to resolve that.
what we see with our customers is that a lot of them have invested a lot of money in traditional systems. So they buy a new product, they will test that new product, but during that period, that same product needs to interconnect with the old environment. A lot of customers don't even know they are having PEXIP. They have seamless video conversations between different systems without knowing that they are having different systems. The amazing thing of using PEXIP in Azure in cloud is that actually all your data of that video conference is in your private environment via the cloud.
So there is your customer testimonial. Basically, again, completely depends on your deployment and what you want, whether you want it locally or you want someone hosted for you. We provide a lot of options, and customers are completely free to pick and choose what they want over here. Okay, architecture. So how did we make this happen? You have the Microsoft Teams infrastructure, and you have your completely third-party devices over on the other end. In the Skype for Business world, we've basically done a SIP interop. But Teams doesn't talk SIP, Teams talks REST. So in order to make this happen, what we have provided is actually that blue box that you see up here, the Communication Services SDK. This is basically a services-based SDK that's for calling and meeting, and what it does, it actually provides not just video interop capabilities. You can use that SDK to do a bunch of other scenarios, IVR scenarios, and all of that as well. It directly talks to the Graph API for all of our API requirements on the service side, which is then which acts as a facade for our Teams services. What our partners have done is basically use the bot framework infrastructure and created a Teams interop bot. This interop bot is primarily the back-to-back agent, if I can put it that way, that actually connects the native SIP signaling and media capabilities into the Teams required REST and Teams understandable media translation over there. Also, what is important is, as I mentioned, this is deployed in Azure and this scales for Azure. Teams as a service uses Azure for its backend infrastructure. We have done a lot of optimizations for Teams to work on Azure. That same capability is actually translated into the Communication Services SDK. Our partners are hosting the Teams interop bot in Azure on Windows machines as required, and as the rest of the Teams infrastructure as well. And for the rest of the capabilities, it's whether you go by a managed solution or whether you have a customer deployed solution. We give you a choice of if it is managed, hosted in Azure, versus it can be your own customer's deployment as well. So that's sort of the high level architecture there. All right, so next comes the question, is cloud video interop right for your organization? We spoke quite a bit about what it is and what does it do in the general purpose and why it is important, but what does this actually mean for you? All right, so okay. So what is important over here, I briefly touched on this earlier. What is important over here is basically what is the workflow that you are trying to do. There are various situations or various migration paths, if I can put it that way, for you to get into Teams and start using it. Perhaps you are already an existing Teams user that's using Teams for chat and collaboration, but not for the UC space, and you have these investments in third-party systems that you want to bring along as you start using Teams for UC. Another potential path would be your direct Skype for Business server customers. You already have existing interop. We have our partners, our existing partners that provide interop for Skype for Business server as well, and you want to migrate and start using Microsoft Teams. So two of our partners that work for Skype for Business server are coming along with us in this Teams journey. So that is a potential option you could look at if you still don't want to rip and replace your existing third-party VTC devices. Skype for Business Online. Today we have Polycom Real Connect service that also works for Skype for Business Online as well, and works for Microsoft Teams. We have all three partners that you could evaluate and take a look at as you start thinking about that workflow. Perhaps you are a completely Cisco deployment for UC, you use other workloads in Microsoft 365, but this is the first time you are actually dabbing into the Teams and the UC space. So that's a potential workflow you could look at. At that time, for those customers specifically, they have a lot of investment, not just in Cisco devices, but also Cisco CM and other infrastructure by Cisco. So for those guys, we see this as a potential cost saver in order to do that migration. The other option, other ways might be you have a combination of, and we see a lot of customers in this scenario. You have Hybrid, Skype for Business online, you have Cisco, and you have a bunch of different combinations, and you're slowly making your journey into Teams. So for those customers as well, we have options you can look at. Or maybe you're just a Zoom customer or a WebEx customer and you just want to completely migrate into Teams. So that is a couple of possible workflows you could look at. Key business considerations here. So like I said, so just a few highlights again. This is not a comprehensive list, but some of the questions I want you guys to ask yourself is basically, if you are, like I said, if you are a Cisco environment already, do you have a lot of like thousands of Cisco gear, or is it a smaller population that you could potentially look at replacing them with Teams native devices? So that's an option you could look at. If you are a Cisco shop with CUCM and all of that infrastructure, that is going to be a very hard decision for you to just make that change overnight. And then do you want to run your own video infrastructure? Cisco is sort of falls under that bucket. We have PEXIP that provides you options, or if you still want to host your own video in your own infrastructure, combination of both your on-prem servers as well as your own Azure cloud. So that's an option you could go with, or you could potentially just go with hosted solutions with any of our 3 partners there. So that's an option you could pick and choose. Again, like I said, it all depends on what is it that you want to achieve for your business. Like I said, we have 2 of our existing interop providers that are migrating into, that are coming along with us into the Teams journey. If your existing interop provider for Skype for Business, for example, is certified, you could potentially stick with the same interop provider. So those are some of the options you can look at. Again, native integrated rooms, one-touch dial, or do you want to do like direct dial, other options that are available over there. Another critical consideration would be for your video infrastructure, not talking about what we provide at the admin portal, do you want real-time monitoring, reporting, and those capabilities as well. Government and sovereign clouds, if any of you is a government customer, that definitely will be a requirement for you guys that you have a separate deployment depending on which GCC you are in. And then the last but not the least is if you are a large multinational company and you have third-party companies, other companies that are joining in with their VTC devices. You may be completely a Teams ecosystem, but you do have, let's say, Contoso that's joining into your meetings. You would need to be able to support those as well. Classic example here is actually Microsoft. Microsoft plus LinkedIn, we are running into this scenario wherein Microsoft is a full-on Teams UC ecosystem. LinkedIn has a lot of Cisco gear. So with this one, we have actually enabled LinkedIn join Microsoft meetings using our video interop. So that's a success story for you there. Okay, with that, once you have your considerations and whether this is the right thing for you or not, how do you get started deploying video interop in your organization? I spoke about the first one at length, which is how do you plan for it? Like I said, we have 3 partners. Go to the booth, talk to them, and see what is the right option for you. So once you identify the partner, there's a set of key aspects you would need to discuss with them, which is what kind of licensing do you want? Do you have like 10 devices that you just want to, make them usable? Versus do you have like 500 devices? Do you have a few set of users that always generate or that always create meetings where you have your third party, your other companies are joining? For example, if you are an exec and you are actually trying to invite other execs from other companies, it is likely that they will end up joining with other third party devices. For those scenarios, again, it depends on who your user base is. We provide several options here. User base, concurrent, or your entire tenant, depending on what you want for your organization. Once you plan, let me actually go to the next slide over here. The other thing for plan as well is if you want to host your own video infrastructure, what is the capacity? How many concurrent calls do you want to make with the service that you are hosting? And then network assessment. Is your environment, is your customer environment ready for Teams, for UC, and on top of that, is it ready for partner requirements for interop? So, those are some of the considerations that you would need. So, once all that planning work is done, next step would be to configure. So, there are a few key pieces of information here which is needed for configuration, and I will go into that in a little bit of detail there. Few things that you would need is what we call as a tenant key. A tenant key is nothing but a short representation of your Office 365 UID. Basically, if you have a VTC that wants to dial in without using a direct dial, then they would need to type in your tenant key, and the flow is you actually get to the partner service or the interop bot, and then you give the conference number, which is the same flow we have for our PSTN conferencing as well. You do the 1-800 number and then you give your conference ID. The exact same model that we are following for interop. So, once you decide on the partner, your partner will provide you with the tenant key. They will also provide you the app ID for certain scenarios, like if you want to bypass, if you want your VTC to bypass the lobby or follow the meeting policies that are set up in your environment. There are a few more configuration steps over there. Once that is done, like I said, network assessment, right? You need to have a certain set of ports that are open. Make sure your firewalls are configured correctly, your DNS records are set correctly. So, those are configuration details. Again, you will need to work with your partner to specifically go with what are the requirements in your organization. Last but not the least, if you do want one-touch dial capabilities, you would need to have your devices have an object ID in AAD, and that should have an exchange backing behind it. So, that's like if you want to go with that option, that's something you could look at. Provisioning and consent. You have planned, you have configured, now how do you provision it? Provisioning CVI is actually very, very simple. As a tenant admin, all you need to do is run a handful of commandlets. I will walk you through them in a few minutes. Run a handful of commandlets, put those configuration that your partner has given. Once you do that, Teams native scheduling service, which basically does scheduling for Teams add-in for Outlook, Teams clients, recognizes that you have enabled an end user for video interop and just adds those additional coordinates. The end user has to go do nothing special, neither does the IT admin except for provisioning certain users. We are that integrated with our partners. The first party service actually takes actions based on a third party configuration inside of the Teams ecosystem. One more thing to talk about is consent. So, once you have done all the provisioning, the most important step is that you actually are consenting for the Teams interop, for the video interop bot in order to join Teams meetings. Basically, that's the permission you are giving. Those are the 4 permission sets that you are giving permission to. If you revoke these permission sets, because Azure gives you capability to revoke permissions, but if you do revoke the permissions, the end-to-end solution will not work. So, I just want to be very clear that these consents are necessary and you will have to provide them in your organization as a global administrator. Scheduling meetings natively. So, after all the steps, now I am the end user. What do I have to do in order to make this just show up in my Outlook client? Basically, all I do is go to my Outlook Teams add-in or any of my Teams client and just say schedule. I can do it via my desktop or my mobile today. What I have here is Teams coordinates, and the portion you see in the bottom is what Teams scheduling service actually adds to your meeting invite, just like how it adds PSTN coordinates. As soon as the user is enabled, you will start seeing those coordinates over there. Now, I spoke briefly about what is the tenant key. So, that is basically nothing but how do you actually reach the partner's service. Effectively, what you are doing when you type in a tenant key in a VTC device is actually reaching the partner's service, which is an IVR if you go through the full process, and then you give in the conference ID. That conference ID that you see over here is again generated natively by the Teams service. That's not provided to you by the partner. So that's similarly generated as the conference ID. So that's sort of the process there. Alternate VTC dial-in information, again, we were kind of playing around with this device as well in order to do direct dial. Depending on the device again, the way you dial is sort of different and customizable. Sometimes you just need a dot, sometimes you need a star, sometimes you just need a different form of direct dial. So this will give you all of the additional information, and yeah. Now, how do you join Teams meetings? There are potentially 3 ways you could join Teams meetings with an IVR device. Either you could just give the tenant key and you could just hit our partner service, which is the first image that I have put over there, or you could just use direct dial, which is one of the direct dial example. The easiest one for you guys to do is actually have integrated room systems, which is basically have them scheduled via Exchange, and just like how you see in Teams native devices, you would basically just see a join button on your Cisco device, and that join button would immediately join you into the Teams meetings. And you can engage with your users. How? Basically, I just gave you a demo of using audio and video. We have both audio, video as well as screen sharing that you can do from your VTC device or from your Teams client. So basically, your full-fledged modality as well as everything that Teams client supports, you can now do it with your other devices. All right, one more demo. So for this demo, instead of typing in all of the commandlets, I am going to use my little cheat sheet over here. I have set the first 3 up, assuming session is still active. Okay. Not active, so let me just do that. So this is basically in the same module that you have for all of the other Teams commandlets as well. And this is available today publicly if you guys want to go and try this. It's taking some time. My PowerShell has frozen up here. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to try that again. All right, for some reason I am not able to connect to my, my remote PowerShell module over here. So I am going to switch back for now. And I think that's about what I have for the actual presentation. I can take Q&A if you guys have it. And I do have our partners available here as well for question and answer.
So the question is, you showed the screenshot of how it looks like on a team side, but the question is on other end, on a VTC side, what's the resolution when you have the all party kind of puts in a one picture plus the content? So what does the resolution look like, and what's the template?
So we give up to 1080p resolution back to the device. Again, it depends on your screen size, right? If your screen size is capable of handling it, just as in Teams, if you are dividing it into half or have a 4x4 view, we adjust our resolution accordingly. Specifically for your, and then it also depends on the size that you have on the Teams client side as well. So specifically for your particular device, how the resolution will flow through, that's sort of a dynamic changes, but we give the 1080p resolution, and we kind of play around with the resolution to see what works best in your layout.
The reason what I'm asking here is, so if there is a content and 4 or 5 people's video stream going into one, so now you have a video of 4 or 5 people.
Correct.
And a content, so all coming into one picture.
Correct.
So isn't gonna be kind of dumb it down a little bit, or it's full 1080p?
So our media streams flow separately. So we have separate pipeline for our core video streams, and we have a separate pipeline for our VBSS streams. So we do not degrade the video quality when you have the content showing up. However, from an end user experience perspective, you are literally looking at picture that's about that small. So that's sort of how it's going to look for you, unless you actually have a different configuration where you are seeing both.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Hi, so I just wanted to clarify the difference in the architecture between the 3 options. So Polycom Real Connect, that's like a CSP type model, and they do all the configuration, and the licensing is injected natively into the portal.
Actually, that's a good question. We are not using any CSP model at all, or from a licensing perspective for Teams. We did that for Skype for Business Online. We had a bunch of issues and customer complaints for having used the CSP model. So for Teams, for all 3 partners, it's purely provisioning based on PowerShell. That's about it. Actually, my PowerShell did come up. If I can show the demo in a little bit.
Okay, so all 3 will have the same option. So I know with PEX-IP or PEX-IP, they're providing the software. They're not hosting it in Azure per se, and then I can install it where I want to use it, right?
Correct. So the actual deployment model for our 3 partners, the difference between that is both Polycom and BlueJeans are completely hosted services. They are both hosted completely in Azure. For PEX-IP, however, you have an option of hosting your Teams bot in Azure and hosting the rest of the infrastructure either on your own servers, or you can put the entire thing in your own Azure as well. So
Gotcha.
you have a few options.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
I talked to the PEX-IP and the BlueJeans separately, and it seems like they have a different licensing model. For example, like a PEX-IP, they they count on how many concurrent active call. But when we talk to the BlueJeans, they actually count on the knowledge workers. How many hosts you actually enable. So when we want to actually interconnect our old Cisco system, the video system with Microsoft Teams, do we negotiate the plan with the partner separately, or just with Microsoft?
Right. So the way it operates is that we have enabled engineering-wise with our partners. The solution is valuable for us, and we consider it sort of like a core value prop we provide for customers. However, as it comes to licensing and the pricing, that's something you provide with the partner, and you kind of discuss with them. Like I said, we have several options available. We have, across all 3 partners, we have concurrent, site-wide, as well as user-based. But depending on your requirement, a few partners support one and a few partners support the other, and you just have to see. It's one of the key business considerations that you need to keep in mind.
So, you know, let's say if I choose a PackSip and I negotiate an agreement with them, and you know, is that Microsoft side? They also charge some additional licensing fees other than like the E3?
No, what you are getting is any basic Teams SKU, because you just need the end user to use Teams, right? In order to create those meetings.
Okay.
All we require is any basic Teams SKU just for Teams capabilities in your organization. We are not involved with the whole pricing or licensing from the partner side.
All right, thank you.
So what about for the folks, I mean, I'm looking at our organization where while we have Cisco trying to shove them out the door because the stuff is aging, but we have partner organizations that are not moving to Teams, and so if we get rid of conferencing room equipment that's non-Teams, so non-Surface Hub, how are we, I mean, even if we deploy any of these three, do we have outbound standard-based connectivity into our partners? So can I join a hosted Cisco conference at a partner?
So what I want to actually, I'm glad you asked this one. What I want to clearly call out is that whether you can do it or not is a different technical question there. But our goal here is to enable third-party devices connect into Teams meetings. Our goal is specifically not to enable Teams client join third-party meetings.
Okay.
You showed one slide where you could dial into Teams meetings also. Was that the partner provided, or is that provided by Microsoft as you buy as a service, or is that something that you set up by direct routing?
So no, you don't need to set that up by direct routing. The IVR is actually directly addressing the partner service. So when you dial the IVR, all it says is, you know, welcome to Polycom service or something like that. Basically, you are actually encountering the partner service. Once you give the coordinate, the partner service understands and does the translation for you and connects you into the meeting.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, do you have any plan to enable a direct outbound call from Team to a Cisco device?
So we have a bunch of those scenarios that we are considering. For the current release, we have meeting join capabilities. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Couple of questions. Firstly, is it possible to tailor the invite? We've done a similar solution on-prem, and we found it very, very important to tailor the invite so that when the email is delivered to someone who is used to using a VC unit, they actually know what to do, which is slightly different to what they'd normally do. That's the first thing. Second thing is, do you have any mechanisms to connect, or have any of the partners developed any mechanisms to connect to any of the historical video conferencing services so that you can book it and make it a pre-live join-in conference? If you go and look at a lot of the Cisco worlds where they use things like TMS, they have services where you light up the endpoints and join them all together automatically as a service. So executives of that are not used to walking into conference rooms in our company and having to start dialing numbers and doing things like that. It's not a very good use experience.
Got it. So for the first question you asked whether you can customize the meeting invite, that today you are not able to customize the meeting invite for the reason that we want from an end user perspective that it needs to look like part of Teams meetings. At the moment we don't want it to look like it's this other thing from an end user experience.
But it's nice to brand it. It's nice to be able to put a branding on it and put all your own stuff in there and give some instruction.
Correct. Actually, I have gotten that feedback. So that's great feedback to hear that I have more people that are interested in it. As of today, you cannot customize the meeting invite there. Okay. Your second question of whether you actually can, have other conferencing systems, if I understood your question.
No, the question is more typically with one of these Teams events or something like that, you have the number, it dials the number automatically. Then you typically put a PIN code or something like that in to identify the individual conference you're going into. An exec's not going to walk into a conference room, dial a 10-digit telephone number and then put a PIN code with a hash on it. They just hate
And
that
that's,
sort of stuff. Right?
and that's the reason you can just do a one-touch dial. All 3 partners support one-touch dial. If your room is backed with Exchange,
Right.
you can actually just directly have a join button show up. Like if you join native Teams room systems right now, you don't have to type in anything or join URL or anything. It just shows up as a single big join button.
Right.
And that demo is actually in all of our partners' booth for one-touch dial as well. So you could go take a look at that.
Okay, thank you.
A simple question. CVI add-on, which is required in Skype for Business Online, it's not required for Teams. That's what you're trying to
No,
guess,
there
right?
is no license at all. You need to go into admin portal and set up. It's purely through PowerShell.
So no CVI add-on
No
required.
CVI, no CVI add-on requirement from the Microsoft admin portal site.
Okay. But does that license still require or not? Because
Why-
it is required in Skype for Business Online.
Correct, correct. So let me try to clarify that. From a licensing perspective, like I said, you will have to talk to the partners directly to see what licensing will work for you. Enablement is through PowerShell. There is no other additional licensing or anything you need to set up from the admin portal.
So my question also was somewhat related to what he asked. So from what I understood for the Blue Jeans specifically, they had to have some kind of a permission to our tenant for the license management. Is that not a?
No, so they don't need, and by the way, I think for Skype for Business Online, today we have Polycom.
Right.
Today what we have for Skype for Business Online is that tenant key is actually put in your Azure AD directory.
Okay.
You are giving the permission today in Skype for Business Online just for that purpose, which can be revoked after it is done. For Teams though, the permission the provisioning for the tenant key you are doing through PowerShell. So as a tenant admin, you are just running it in your own scope. So you don't need to give permission to Polycom for your directory or anything. What you are giving though is actually consent for the bot to join the meeting. So effectively you are saying, I am okay with my CVI interop bot to join my meetings. That's effectively what you are saying there.
Okay, so nothing like a global admin or anything
Nothing
like
of that. No, you don't
Okay.
need to give global admin permission to any
Right.
partner for this one. See, those are all feedback we got for the previous one. So we kind of took care of those requirements in this one.
Another question for you. Does any of the solutions support delegate access?
Correct. Actually, delegate access is through our scheduling service, and yes, all 3 of them will support delegate access.
Thank you.
Just a question around user experience. So if I'm a user that's licensed for the interop and I schedule or I create a team meeting and I get the nice Outlook generated conference ID for Teams, and then it looks like I get another VTC conference ID, are those conference IDs going to match or are they going to be different?
Today they are different because we have 2 different services that are generating those conference IDs, and we also have different requirements like based on whether, so one is the tenant based scope for our VTC conference ID. For our PSTN conference ID, it's the bridge number based scope, which you can have, a tenant can have multiple bridge numbers. It's a different logic basically, and therefore today they are not the same, but it has come to us as a feature ask to see if they can potentially be the same, and we'll look at it.
Okay, that would definitely cause confusion on which one I use to type in if I have to type a conference ID in.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So if I understand correctly, you're saying that you prefer to, the model is that the meeting are hosted on Teams. So you want the third party to join in Teams.
Correct.
So just want to make sure then whatever the endpoint we are joining in and whatever the partner, the interop partner we are choosing, all, for example, the features, the Teams features you announced around streaming, recording, there's no then limitation on those features.
On the Teams side, you should still be able to record those meetings and all of that.
Yep.
As we start adding more, tailored features into Teams, there may be a few updates we need to make to the service because it's futuristic. We don't know what those are going to be yet. Okay. But at the moment, all the features you can do on the team side, you should still be able to do that.
Thank you.
Okay. Maybe we have time. I don't have time to run my last demo. Came up. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.